Yeah, I'm back for my review of One Battle After Another. Now, I saw this movie when it came out, and I made a review for it that I ended up having to split it into two parts, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna upload that shit because it was very rushed, and I didn't like how it turned out. So I'm just gonna redo it. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna redo it. And then days went by, and I'm just like, shit. Is there even a point in making this video? And I'm like, of course there is, because I have to post every movie that I see this year, the ones that I can talk about legally, word. And this is one of them. So I'm not just gonna let this breeze by, because this was a really entertaining flick. Now it's very long, but thankfully I didn't really feel the runtime. We have Leonardo DiCaprio playing Bob Ferguson. Um, and we have Sean Penn playing the main antagonist, Stephen J. Lockjaw, who I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say this right now. He might be one of my favorite antagonists in of the year so far. Like I was expecting this guy to be your average bland antagonist, but he ended up having layers to him, and he ended up low key stealing the show. And his character's so weird and wacky. It's like he was ripped straight out of a fucking anime, and it was beautiful. Like, if I had to compare him to an anime character, an anime antagonist, I would say he reminds me a little bit of Yoshikage Kira from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. You know how Kira has this weird obsession with, going on dates with, like, severed women's hands? This guy, he has a fetish for black women. He loves them. But the thing is, he's white, and he wants to get into this, like, weird cultist Christmas Saint Nick's group, which is this weird white supremacy elitist group. And they don't handle interracial couples very lightly. So his character is very conflicted, especially considering the fact that one of our other main characters, played by Tiana Taylor, her character Perfidia, who is in a relationship with Bob, Leonardo's character, they end up having a baby. But it turns out to be Lockjaw's kid, because back when the movie starts, we start off with Bob and Perfidia's backstory. They're part of this revolutionary group called the French 75. Basically, these democratic liberals just, blowing shit up, going against the government, fuck the police, this, that, and the third. And it's this movie is like, there's no real good guys in this movie. I feel like they're poking fun at both the left and the right, which I appreciate, because there's extremism in both parties. So I found it funny, as someone who is not sensitive, for real. And I like to make fun of things. I found it funny how they poked fun at both parties, and the extremism of when it comes to, like, the conservatives, I guess, the white supremacy, and the weird sadist shit. Well, not sadist, but like cult likeness, because they have their own little fucking layer, where it's just like five white dudes, and they have this initiation process where Lockjaw goes to, and they're like asking him all these different fucking questions. One of them was like, "Oh, have you ever been in an interracial relationship, or like specifically with like the black people, the chicken lovers, the watermelon eaters?" And he's like, "No, of course not. No, not I." When in the back of his mind, he's like, "Oh, I love me some fucking dark meat." It's fucking hilarious, bro. I ate that shit up, bro, and I wasn't expecting it. Like, there's quite a bit of like, this is a comedy, low key, it's a comedy. Bob, he's the bomb guy of the group. he's kind of, throughout the whole movie, this nigga is just outclassed and just not prepared for what the fuck is going on around him. He's trying to save his daughter, played by Chase Infinity. Her character's name is Willa. And Lockjaw's after her because obviously, he doesn't want it to get out that, he had a child with a black lady. Perfidia, she dips to Mexico. She just straight up leaves after everything goes to shit. They all get caught and then they go into hiding. They have to change their identities, all that shit. And that's where we cut back to Bob and Willa. And Bob is just kind of this broken shell of what he used to be. And he's just trying to, survive. For real, for real. He tries to save Willa. Basically, this movie's like one long chase scene. Willa's running, trying to get away. For most of the movie, she's with Regina Hall, or basically, what's her name? Fuck. Cindy? No, that's the white girl from Scary Movie. Brenda from Scary Movie, which apparently she's coming back for Scary Movie 6. Very, very excited for that. But, yeah, Willa is pretty much with Brenda the entire movie, trying to escape Lockjaw. And for a majority of the movie, Bob is teamed up with Sensei Sergio, played by Benicio del Toro. So they're a duo, and they have a fun little dynamic. Honestly, what I was loving the most was, so their group, they have these codes and, a way of speaking to know that, they're not compromised or to not get compromised. And Bob does not remember shit because it's been years he's been smoking and drinking. He doesn't remember half of the shit he learned back then when his group was a thing. So throughout the whole movie, he's just trying to figure out the code words and the passcodes, and he's just having a stroke. This guy is trying his best, but he is doing terrible. He doesn't do shit. He doesn't save Willa. Willa ends up saving herself. He shoots a rifle at one point and misses. And he's just like running around, just trying. I mean, at least he's trying, but like it is a pitiful attempt. But yeah, Willa, she's a badass. She makes very smart decisions throughout the whole movie, for the most part. And yeah, she saves herself. And the Christmas Warriors, as I'm just gonna call them the Christmas Warriors because it's something like that. The Saint Nick, some shit like that. The Christmas Warriors. They send someone to go take care of Lockjaw because they found out that he messed with the darkness. They can't have that in their perfect society. So the guy goes, shoots Lockjaw. His car like flips and shit. But he survives, actually. And Willa kills that guy. And then Willa's like low-key traumatized, but she ends up following her in her mother's footsteps after Bob and her reunite, after she saves herself. And yeah, then she just kind of starts her own activism. Word. And then Lockjaw, he goes back to them after they tried to kill him. And they end up gassing him. Then he dies. Word. Also, the way he walks and the way he talks is very funny and very peculiar, very anime-like. This nigga is quite literally an anime character in real life. At least this character. I could see this guy being an anime character or like some type of fictional character. Well, I mean, it is a fictional. You get what I'm saying. He's just very peculiar. Word. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. There's a few like gorgeous shots of like open landscapes. I forgot what. I think they're in Mexico. Pretty sure. And it's just beautiful scenery. I didn't get to see it in IMAX, but I'm sure that it would have looked great in IMAX if I got to see it, which I didn't. But yeah. Overall, I had a good time with this movie. I'm looking at the runtime. It says 2 hours and 50 minutes. I can't believe I sat through that shit. But thankfully, I was not bored for the most part. It's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny movie. And yeah, that's about it. quick review of One Battle After Another. I'm sorry that it took so long to get this review out. I'm going to try to be more active. I'm telling you, I'm going to be posting quite a bit within this week and next week, and then we'll see after that. But yeah, that's it. Word. This has been my review for One Battle After Another. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I would say go check out the movie, but it's already been in theaters for quite some time now. So, word. That's it, man. I'm the Hero Light Legend, Tyree Figueroa, signing out. Peace.